our big focus on the broadcast. The final session of the 17th Lok Sabha is concluded. Prime Minister Modi has spoken in Parliament and highlighted that the last 5 years have been transformational for the nation. We witnessed several key decisions being made to brighten the prospects of the youth, to empower women and boost India's economy. Amongst these, PM Modi also highlighted several key decisions to consolidate the idea of One India, from the abrogation of Article 370 to the passage of the revised criminal laws. Amongst all this, PM Modi also praised the extensive discussion on the inauguration of the Ram Mandir and stated that it is a moment of pride that a comprehensive discussion on culture, traditions and values has taken place in the premises of the new Parliament building. The construction of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya and the building of a grand mosque in Dhanipur offer a catharsis to all Indians, as it is testament to the rejection of the two-nation theory peddled by the British during colonial rule and others as well. A microcosm of the world, India has been a shining example of cultural as well as religious harmony. Joining us at this point live is Harinder Sikka, author. Mr. Sikka, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being with us today. Do you echo the Prime Minister's sentiments today on the floor of the Lok Sabha, on the floor of the new Parliament building, recapping, of course, what has happened in the last 5 years and also speaking about this rejection of the two-nation theory?
What has transpired over the past 8 years, I haven't seen happening in the past 80 years. I'm 66, so past 60 plus years. I haven't seen this. I haven't seen such rapid governance, clean governance, heading a very big multinational. I haven't seen such clean rapid speed growth. I haven't seen, computer digitalization at work succeeding. I haven't seen such rapid way of working through banking, the banking system, the Aadhaar system, the linking system. The cash, what used to be in and out, and 80% of money flowing in cash, a parallel economy on the run all the time, has not diminished, but it has come down dramatically. It was the parallel economy which was hurting India and filling the pockets. Whoever has diminished Notebandi, must I tell you that Notebandi has given a lesson to those who were piling up notes, and that there's 2,000 rupee currency gone out of the wind has also further burdened those who were emptying coffers. The only thing left is the money which is being siphoned off through the temples, gurdwaras, and various masjids in the name of religious meets and being misused. This will also get tackled. It's a matter of time. There would be something on that, but it's a huge growth pattern. And 8 years is nothing in the life of a nation. So what a growth, what a fantastic way to move forward. When you go abroad today, each country I have been to, I've been received with respect. Oh, you are Indian. That welcome to our country, that feeling itself is amazing. That a European country tells you that we need French government to start with, the President Macron, that we need 30,000 students from India, and from Canada, the students, those who are qualified, graduated, are now coming back home. What else do you want? This country is going to be a Sone ki Chidiya again. It's a matter of time.
Just speaking though, Mr. Sikka, about the religious harmony as well, because that is something, which a lot of people try and point fingers at India on issues of religion. But we've seen how recently the building of the Ram Mandir, the successful consecration ceremony that has happened, and now the plans that are afoot for a grand mosque as well, which have been set in motion, I think, speak volumes in itself of religious harmony. We don't need to say more when, actions like this demonstrate and show the real story.
We need to be a little tough here. We are lacking in one part, and that needs to be addressed. There's only a handful of jihadis, maybe few lakhs, who are causing trouble and threatening us openly and saying that if this happens, we will do this, or our boys will do this, and our boys will do that. Majority of the money that these madrasas and the funding never ever reaches an ordinary Muslim. This is a shame. Muslim children are kept uneducated. The girls are kept uneducated. In the name of halal and halala, they are actually torturing young girls aged 9, 10. This Sharia is not acceptable in a nation which is which has to run on one country, one law. We must understand that 80% of the population is often being marginalized by the likes of these Gandhi dynasties who have told Waqf board, allow me, sir, allowed Waqf board to take over any land, including the parliament. If they say that it belongs to Waqf and Waqf says it belongs to them, then so be it. This is what the character of certain political parties and Congress, I dare say, is the chief because they were the one who passed these orders. These must be stopped, and stopped how? Can you do what you've done to here? Yes, in Pakistan or other Muslim countries? No. Where is the minority in Pakistan, or where is can these things happen in countries like Middle East? They will not allow. So this tolerance means we are this so-called Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, so-called Mahatma, that you slap me on one face, I'll offer you the second cheek as well. This shall not work in this country. We need a little tough handling. Well, the reason being, the people are still very uneducated, they are very gullible, and if 10 in number Maulvis say that the moon is circulating around so and so, and the sun is also moving around Earth, this is what a Maulvi has been teaching, and the children will say that yes, kill innocents in the name of jihad, acceptable. This is not on. This needs to be tackled with very firm hand. You burn my house, I'll bulldoze it. This attitude must come into India. The regulatory system cannot be showing a weak hand.
Yes. Also, Harinder Sikka, as far as, of course, the way forward as well is concerned. Now, the path that has been set out for us is challenging, but it is something that we must, embark on in full earnest if we want to make a Viksit Bharat by 2047, isn't it?
It is a fallacy that it is a tough stand. This government, Prime Minister Modi, has shown what was called impossible, 370-35 article. It was considered to be impossible. It cannot happen, they would say. It happened. And I've been touring J&K and the valleys, down, this, that. They're happy. And they openly tell you, especially those women, that the present government, the past governments have been making fool out of them. Over 8,000 crores have been spent on valley every year for past decades for keeping the terror alive, not to kill terror, not to finish terror. This is a fallacy that CAA cannot come in. Why not? Why not one nation, one law? Why not a tough action on those who think that they can burn? If they can burn it, and they can think that they are going to get away with it, let them be shown a door to the dungeons. Period. No mercies, no tolerance, zero tolerance. Now, what is France doing it? What has Poland done? What has Japan done? What is Brussels doing? What is Sri Lanka doing? They have stopped, banned halal. Sri Lankan can do it. This is something that we must understand. Majority of the Muslims who are uneducated, they will bend with the wind because they understand that this is not what is right for them. Ask any girl child, would she like to be married at tender age? Fourth, fifth time to a 80, 70, 80 years old man, just because that man says this is my right. No, this is not on, sir. This is absolutely not on. And those who are doing love jihad are being paid tons of money, 50,000 rupees for a Hindu girl, 75,000 rupees for a Sikh girl and a Christian girl, convert them into Hindus, into Muslims, into Islam, force convert them. This will not be tolerated. And if somebody does it, he must be taught a lesson of his lifetime. Let that message go down the line that this nation is not India of past, where the likes of Nehru, Indira, and Rajiv Gandhi and so on and so forth bent backwards to appease at the cost of Hindus and Sikhs.
Okay, let me in fact quickly also ask you though, Harinder Sikka, about now this healing touch as well that is happening in Ayodhya. Do you believe that Ayodhya also has been an example, the way finally the matter has been ended, that carried on for years and years and years, and of course is ended in complete communal harmony without any element able to hijack either the consecration or now the procedure for a mosque being built there as well. Do you believe the entire way the Ayodhya issue has finally now culminated is a lesson in itself for the world to look at as well?
Two incidents happened to me. Take a little past in 2014 when flooding happened in Srinagar, and I carried enough water treatment plants so that Muslims can be given served water. These water plants were installed in gurdwaras. They were high placed mandirs and mosques. By who? There were no Muslims, no Maulvis willing to help me. No state government support available to me. It was then for the first time I met Sangh people. They risked their lives and helped everybody. Then the same thing happened when Kerala drought happened, Kerala flooding happened, and we sent shiploads through Navy, and again nobody was willing to come up. It was again fortunately the Sangh people, RSS whom we demean so much. They were the ones who were helping. At Ayodhya now coming to, I had the fortunate to be there at part of the, and on 23rd after 22nd when I went again inside on 23rd, I was taken to tour by a gentleman by the name of Muhammad Islam. He showed me around, and then when my car driver was a Muslim, he said to me that, sir, this arrangement what they have done is going to bring Ayodhya, already brought it on the world map. Look at the job opportunities for my family. Look at what will happen to the schools my children will be able to go. I was told no need to teach a girl child who by Maulvis. They would read him some rights act that according to this, that, and the other, Quran, and so on and so forth. Girls cannot be taught. He's teaching them. You see, an ordinary person, after he gets the food, he wants his children to be educated. I interviewed about 18 or 19 Muslims and noted down their names, noted down their numbers, addresses, contact details, and so on and so forth. They were all, without exception, using the same voice. Hats off to Modi, they would say, that this has happened. Mera Bharat badal raha hai. This one in number Owaisi shouting crap, or these jihadis talking whatever left, right, and center, and of course Rahul Gandhi and his family talking crap. It has no meaning. They are persona non grata in our country today. I am not sure,
right?
But for Wayanad, he will win from any other place in the country today.
Well, that's a separate issue that we'll see, of course, once the elections come. But for the time being, thank you very much, Harinder Sikka, for joining us today on NewsX with your perspective on this big story. Let me also now quickly bring in Surinder Lali, currently Global Punjabi Association member under the mentorship of Sheikh Bal Singh Lalpuraji. Let me bring in Surinder Lali onto the discussion. Surinder Lali, do you also believe, do you resonate with the Prime Minister's words today in Parliament on the last day of this session, before the session was of course adjourned sine die and this session of the Lok Sabha came to an end?
Thank you. There's such a pleasure and honor for me to be here, and I absolutely agree with not just what the Prime Minister spoke in Parliament, but even otherwise the way he has been operating in 2014. Uday, if you allow me to take this from the top, India is a subcontinent within itself. I've lived in the U.S. and I've done business in Europe too, and in India, every 200 miles you travel, the color, the dialect, the food preferences, and the color preferences change. And yet, this is one nation. You said the two nation theory. I mean, there could not be a better time while we have elections next door in Pakistan. I mean, there could not be a better referendum on the failure of the two nation theory. Uh, I often say that if Pakistan is not just a country in a financial crisis, it is not just in a political crisis, it has an identity crisis. I mean, they've come out of India, they're part of us, and they're trying to throw themselves at the feet of the Arab nations, and they don't get recognition. I mean, their pathological hatred for Yud and Hanud has not gotten them anywhere. So yes, I totally agree with the Prime Minister, and not only him. I mean, the way this country has been, going up the ladder in terms of we're going north so fast, and I don't see any reason why we should not be number three and number two. We just need to allow ourselves the time. Uday, I've quite often heard, please take these comments in the right spirit because I need to be very judicious with my choice of words. That, quite often you might hear of an illegit child. But how have you ever heard in your life people trying to adopt an illegit father? I mean, my recent trip to Pakistan, I saw them trying to associate with the Arabs and the Muhammad bin Qasims. No, that's not where you came from. You need to get a DNA test. I'll pay for it. You are part of the large Hindu civilization. So the two nation theory is absolutely, stripped naked as far as the current situation of a country which was divided, and who felt the brunt more than us Punjabis, because it was Punjab that was divided, and Bangladesh. And 65% Punjab went to them, while 35% came to us. And still, us being a porous border state, we have been paying the price of having the failure of two nation theory. I mean, there hasn't been in human history such a large movement of human beings. I mean, they have various figures, but I doubt them, because where were census in 1940s? I mean, they say 1 million people died at the border. I'm not too sure if that figure is valid. And my parents and my grandparents came from, Iran and from Pakistan, which is Hassan Abdal district now. So I fully agree, and I think this is, and especially being an Indian, being an entrepreneur Indian, and with such a large youth population in this country, in the world, we Indians have, this is the best time to be living your Indian dream in India. The kind of opportunities we have, the Boeings that are coming, the Apples that are coming here, and the way our Prime Minister has become global statesman, not an Indian politician or an Indian prime minister, by virtually, being a leader with great respect of the global South. So I feel this is the right time, and full points to our honorable prime minister, and of course, under his guidance, the very able and competent, foreign minister that we have, because today everything is about geopolitics. Even internal politics is influenced by geopolitics. So I'm very happy to be living the Indian dream, and quite often I come on TV, totally trashing the fringe, rogue K elements. I don't even want to dignify them with the word that they keep peddling in Western economies under the bogey of free speech. So I'm proud of being an Indian, and I don't think there could be a better time to be being brought up in India and and living your Indian dream.
Yes, also, as far as, communal harmony is concerned, do you believe that, we are now finally in India seeing a rejection of the two-nation theory, which many tried to propound in British times and also, henceforth, do you believe finally that is being thrown out of the window by, the new India, which is seeing how harmony exists in Ayodhya recently and also across the length and breadth of our nation?
Uday, as they say, the proof of the pudding lies in eating it. There are so many schemes that the Modi government has come with. Are these schemes only valid to one religion, two religion, three religion? No, they are there for the entire country, and you could be from any religion. But unfortunately, Uday, you might want to understand that the opposition is deprived of a narrative because for the longest time they played the politics of appeasement. And I don't want to dwell on that because we all know and we'll digress from the topic. So now that they are devoid of a narrative, they play again this communal harmony, communal, trying to divide the country and polarize the country because I guess they have their back against the wall. I mean, one is, the corrupt cases against them, and on top of that, being devoid of a political narrative, it is their, frustration that comes out in terms of making, dividing the country for their short-term, narrow political gains. So I believe it was 303 the last time, and I don't see a reason why, the BJP government wouldn't go beyond 370 and maybe even more.
All right, Surinder Lali, thank you very much for joining us with your perspective on this big story. Let me also bring in another guest now. Athar Zia, Empower Media panelist, is joining us. Athar, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being with us today. Your first quick reaction to Prime Minister's words today in Parliament. What did you make of the address? Athar, can you hear me? Okay, I think we've lost Athar's connection there. Let me quickly bring in Savio Rodriguez for his thoughts on today. Okay, I think we've lost Savio as well, unfortunately. Do we have Maulana Kausar Hassan Majidi with us? Maulana Saab, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Maulana Kausar Hassan Majidi, let me quickly bring you in. So you're, of course, from the Sufi Khanka Association. Maulana Majidi, firstly, your response and reaction to the Prime Minister's address in Parliament today. What did you make of his words?
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद उदय जी। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो आज सदन में अपनी बात को रखा, निश्चित तौर से भारत के प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में उन्होंने भारत की जो उपलब्धियां हैं उसका उन्होंने बयान किया और जाहिर सी बात है कि सामाजिक समरसता और सामाजिक सौहार्द की दिशा में और जिस तरीके से पूरे विश्व में भारत का कीर्तिमान स्थापित हुआ है, बड़ी खुशी होती है उस वक्त जिस वक्त जो है वो फलस्तीन जैसा देश 56 इस्लामी देशों की बजाय भारत को चुनता है और कहता है कि अगर आप हस्तक्षेप करेंगे तो हमारे हालात सुधर जाएंगे। वो इस्लामी देशों की तरफ मदद के लिए मतलब जो है उम्मीद नहीं जाहिर करता है, भारत की तरफ उम्मीद जाहिर करता है। तो उस वक्त बड़ी खुशी होती है, सर फख्र से ऊंचा हो जाता है कि आज हमारा मकाम दुनिया में उस जगह पर है कि जहां पर लोग जो है वैश्विक स्तर पर पीड़ित लोग जो है वो सहायता मांगने के लिए हमारे देश के पास आते हैं। तो और बहुत सारी उपलब्धियां हैं सरकार की, जैसे कि वो जिस वक्त जो है वो सीरिया का युद्ध हो रहा था, इराक का, हमारे लोग फंसे हुए थे, हमारी सरकार ने उनको जो है वो बड़ा आसानी के साथ जो है वो भारत लेकर के आए। चाहे कोरोना का मामला हो और भी किसी भी तरह के मामले हों, वो उन्होंने जो है वो पूरी तरीके से नागरिकों को भारत लाने का प्रबंध किया है। तो इस तरीके से तमाम ऐसे सराहनीय काम किए हैं जिससे वैश्विक स्तर पर भारत का सर फख्र से ऊंचा हुआ है।
जी बिल्कुल। मौलाना कौसर मजीदी, क्या आपको लगता है अब धार्मिक हार्मनी भी इस वक्त बिल्कुल ही ऊंचाइयों पर है? अगर हम बात करें जिस तरह से अयोध्या का पूरा मसला हैंडल किया गया और अनेक मसले जो हैं देश भर में, आपको लगता है कि धार्मिक हार्मनी, धार्मिक एकता भी ऊंचाइयों पर है?
निश्चित तौर से बड़ा जो है इसमें भी सराहनीय काम है। कल मैं एक एक्स पर एक वीडियो देख रहा था कि केरल में एक मंदिर में जो है वो पूजा की जा रही थी, और वो पूजा करने से पहले वो अजान देने का काम कर रहे थे। तो मैं बड़ा आश्चर्यचकित हुआ, फिर मैंने उसको पूरे वीडियो को देखा और उसके बारे में मैंने पढ़ा और देखा, तो पता चला कि नहीं, यहाँ की परंपरा ही इस तरीके की है कि कोई भी वहाँ मंदिर में पूजा तभी शुरू होती है जब अजान दे दी जाती है। तो ऐसे नज़ारे तो सिर्फ भारत में ही देखने को मिलते हैं। अभी कुछ दिनों पहले एक शोभा यात्रा जा रही थी, तो और कुछ वहां से जो है वो मुसलमानों की अर्थी मैयत निकल रही थी, तो उन्होंने शोभा यात्रा को रोक दिया वहां पर, और पहले उसको जो है वो अर्थी यानी मैयत को ले जाने का प्रबंध कराया जुलूस को रोक करके। तो ये तो मतलब जो है हमारे देश का जो मतलब जो है धार्मिक संभाव का नज़ारे जो है अक्सर हमको देखने को मिल जाते हैं। अभी जैसे कि बात चल रही थी, थोड़ा सा मैं भी जोड़ना चाहता हूँ टू नेशन थ्योरी का।
जी।
देखिए, टू नेशन थ्योरी तो उसी वक्त फेल हो गई थी जिस वक्त जो है धर्म के आधार पर जिस देश को बनाया गया था और भाषा और संस्कृति के आधार पर वो 1971 में विभाजित हो गया। तो पता चला कि संस्कृति और भाषा की जड़ें जो होती हैं वो किसी भी जज्बात से बड़ी होती हैं। हमारी संस्कृति के साथ हम लोग भावनात्मक तरीके से जुड़े हुए हैं। हमारे खान पान अलग हो सकते हैं, हमारे विचार अलग हो सकते हैं, हमारा पहनावा अलग हो सकता है, लेकिन जो प्यार और मोहब्बत जो हमारी इस मिट्टी खुसूसियत है वो हमारी साझा है।
जी, मगर अभी भी लोग हैं जो ये टू नेशन थियरी को बढ़ावा देना चाहते हैं मौलाना साहब।
देखिए, वो ऐसे तत्व तो वो जिनकी तादाद अगर आप राजनीतिक आंकड़ों तो बहुत सारी चीजें वो राजनीतिक आंकड़ों से ही समझ में आती हैं कि ऐसे तत्व वो आज तक सबसे ज्यादा जब उनको तरक्की मिली तो एक साथ उनके 7 विधायक बन गए। इससे ज्यादा वो कभी भी नहीं कर पाए। और ये जो मुस्लिम लीडरशिप की बात करते हैं या ऐसे तत्व जिनको भारत में डर लगता है, तो उनका अगर आप आंकड़ा उठा करके देख लें तो पूरे भारत में उनको 3.5% से ज्यादा कभी वोट नहीं मिले। तो इससे जाहिर होता है कि देश का 96% मुसलमानों का तबका इन सब चीजों में विश्वास ही नहीं करता। वो विश्वास करता है तो सामाजिक सौहार्द में विश्वास करता है। और मुझे लगता है कि अगर इस तरह की जो राजनीति की जाती है, इस राजनीति पर अगर अंकुश लगा दिया जाए तो हालात और भी बेहतर हो सकते हैं।
जी, मौलाना मजीदी, और अब मैं आपकी राय जानना चाहूँगा इस मॉस्क पर, ये जो मस्जिद बन रहा है अयोध्या में, क्या आप लगता है ये भी बहुत बड़ी सफलता होगी हमारी धार्मिक एकता की, कि एक तरफ बहुत भव्य तरीके से मंदिर तो ज़रूर बन सकता है, मगर ये वह भारत है जो मस्जिद भी बनाएगा और बहुत शान और शौकत से वो मस्जिद बनाएगा अयोध्या में ही।
निश्चित तौर से ये तो गर्व की बात है और गौरवान्वित करने वाला विषय भी है कि एक तरफ मंदिर का निर्माण हुआ और दूसरी तरफ एक भव्य और आलीशान मस्जिद बनाई जा रही है, जो उसका प्रोजेक्ट सामने आया है और जिस तरीके से उसका मैप वगैरह बनाया गया है और उसमें हॉस्पिटल भी बनाया जाएगा। लेकिन उसमें भी थोड़ा सा एक संशोधन होना चाहिए कि उसका जो उसकी जो कमेटी बनाई गई है, इसको इस पर रिव्यू किया जाना चाहिए। उस कमेटी में लोकल लोगों को शामिल करना चाहिए और उस कमेटी में ऐसे लोगों को सम्मिलित किया जाना चाहिए जो हमारी सूफी परंपरा को आगे बढ़ाने वाले हैं। बड़ा थोड़ी सी एक तकलीफ की बात सामने आई है कि उसमें जो लोग शामिल हैं वो सूफी परंपरा पर विश्वास ही नहीं करते हैं बल्कि उसको कंडम करते हैं। तो ये आने वाले वक्तों के लिए हमारे लिए नुकसानदेह हो सकता है जिस तरीके की विचारधारा के लोग उसमें शामिल हैं।
जी, और ये जो वर्तमान में जो जिना के अवतार बन गए हैं, जो वर्तमान में जो लोग बन गए हैं लॉर्ड कर्जन के स्वरूप और लॉर्ड माउंटबैटन के स्वरूप, उनका वर्तमान काल में सामना कैसे किया जा सकता है, उनसे बचा कैसे जा सकता है? समुदाय जो है वह उनकी बातों में ना आए, ये कैसे सुनिश्चित करवाएंगे मौलाना साहब?
देखिए, ये जो जिन्ना जिन्ना तब तक रहा जब तक उसको जो है वो सरकारों का समर्थन मिलता रहा, तभी तक वो जिन्ना रहा। और जिन्ना जब तक जिन्ना नहीं था, जब तक जो है उसको सरकारों ने उसको ऊपर प्रमोट नहीं किया। आज के जो कुछ जिन्ना उभर रहे हैं, तो उनको एक पॉलिटिकल प्रेशर है। ऐसे लोगों को न जाने क्यों क्या, मतलब ये सोच करके कि उनके पीछे भीड़ है, वो हमको वोट दिलवा देगी, वो हम हमारी राजनीति को संवार देगी। तो राजनीतिक तौर से ऐसे लोगों को जो प्रोत्साहन मिलता है, ऐसे लोगों को प्रोत्साहित करने से रोका जाना चाहिए। और जो लोग वास्तव में दिल से वतन की मोहब्बत का जज्बा रखते हुए वतन की खिदमत करना चाहते हैं, ऐसे लोगों को और ऐसी विचारधारा को आगे लाना चाहिए। तभी ऐसे जिन्नाओं को जो है प्रमोट होने से रोका जा सकता है।
जी बिल्कुल। और मौलाना कौसर मजीदी, मैं ये भी आपसे पूछूंगा कि अब जो तबका है जो भारत पे उंगली उठाता है अभी भी, उनको आप क्या जवाब देंगे?
देखिए, जिस तरीके से विभाजनकारी सियासत शुरू की जा रही है और इस तरीके की बातें की जा रही है, मैं भी बराबर देखता रहता हूँ, उसको वाच करता रहता हूँ किस तरीके से चीजों को बढ़ा चढ़ा करके पेश किया जाता है और कहा जाता है कि मुसलमानों में डर का माहौल है, मुसलमान डर रहे हैं और उसी विचारधारा को आगे लेकर के बढ़ रहे हैं। तो राहत इंदौरी के एक शेर के साथ मैं उनको जवाब देना चाहता हूँ कि आपकी जो भी होगा वो फैसला यहीं पर होगा, हमसे अब दूसरी हिजरत नहीं होने वाली। अब हम तुम्हारे झांसों में आने वाले नहीं। जो 1947 में एक बड़ी गलती हो गई थी, उसको न कभी दोहराया जा सकता है और ना ही ऐसी साजिशों को कामयाब होने दिया जाएगा। अब समाज जो है आपकी इस विचारधारा का खुद खड़े होकर के मुंह तोड़ जवाब देगा।
मौलाना मजीदी, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया हमारे संग जुड़ने के लिए। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर बीइंग विद अस टुडे। Rahul Ishwar, Hindu activist, is also joining us, in fact, live now. Rahul Ishwar, thank you for speaking with us today. Firstly, your reaction to PM's words today, PM's address in the Lok Sabha. Your first comment.
First of all, I don't belong to any political party. I'm a very centrist, objective person. But as a normal Indian, I am very proud of our PM Sri Narendra Modi ji, who has rightly emerged not only as an Indian statesman, but as a global statesman that is rightly applauded across the world. People like Shashi Tharoor, who himself is a global citizen, has rightly said India's relationship with Middle East and Muslim nations has never been better. So this comes from directly the opposition party, and Narendra Modi, he has painstakingly balanced and gone to both Israel and Palestine and won even the top honor of Palestine and UAE. So this is how India can emerge as a Vishwaguru, by being the balance, by integrating people, by harmonizing people. And we in Kerala, we always take great pride in saying that our great chairman king went to meet Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in holy Mecca, and perhaps we had the first Muslim community in India and perhaps the third oldest mosque after holy Mecca and Medina. So communal harmony, pluralism, Gandhiji, Mahatma Gandhi really had two ideals. One, he had Hindu unity. Second, he had Hindu-Muslim unity in his hand. So we need to take that forward in a very good way. Yes, as a very objective person, I would like to say the relationships, the Hindu-Muslim relationship inside India needs to improve a bit more, but it is on the right track. PM has rightly pointed out instances like his mother's personal relationship with Abbas, who stayed with him in the family, and his mother used to cook special foods for Eid. See, these are the statesmanly attitude that we need to have. India is a nation with immense diversity, so we need to harmonize. And after, as a student of philosophy, after Swami Vivekananda, it was perhaps Sri Narendra Modi who was the first person to say that Tamil is older than Sanskrit. Generally, our right-wing friends don't agree with this proposition at all. But PM Modi ji loudly and proudly said in Pariksha Pe Charcha to the younger students, he repeated it 3 times, saying that we have the oldest language in the world, Tamil, and that's a fact of history too. So the southern parts of India has their own unique civilization in their own aspect. So we need an integrator. We need a point of unity, a rallying point where the diversity of India can happily come together and create a harmony. And PM Modi ji has emerged Perhaps after Mahatma Gandhi, PM Narendra Modi has emerged as the greatest mass leader that India has seen and who has a rightful pan-India connect. And Modi ji, unlike the usual right-wing leaders that we see in US like Donald Trump or in Brazil, Modi ji has always taken a very positive position on communal harmony, on things like climate change. And Modi ji has made all the BJP Karyakartas take Gandhi Sankalp Yatras. And Modi ji and Amit Shah ji also rightly has pointed out that we need that Gandhian middle balance centrist line to survive. So Modi ji has always taken that positive step. His politics has always been positive, and he personally, from my home state Kerala, in past 1 or 2 weeks, he came at least twice or thrice to Kerala. Kerala doesn't even have one BJP MLA. Tamil Nadu hardly has a few. But Modi ji was always careful to reach out. See, we need such a person beyond politics who will look at the interest of the nation. Yes, politics is definitely a subtext. But there needs to be people who will look at the larger interest of our nation, unite our nation, point out and highlight causes that will create unity. And the Kashi Tamil Sangam, which under Modi ji's vision that has been done is exceptionally great. Remember in the ancient Cholas, that was great when the Changol was installed. As in NewsX itself, we had discussed about Kiredi and the other things. You might know, I was so happy to listen to Amit Shah ji, who mentioned Kiredi excavation also in this. So these are how we build a nation brick by brick. Taking the positive aspects, sidelining if there are any negative aspects, building on the positive. So Modi ji has been doing that in a very good way, and he has emerged as a global statesman of international stature. In 4 days, he is going to inaugurate the largest Hindu stone temple in the Middle East, the Swaminarayan temple that is going to come up. He has emerged as a person who is being looked upon across the continents. And I still remember the Mexican minister statement who said Modi ji should intervene, or Narendra Modi of India should intervene between Russia and Ukraine. So, that is the stature that India has acquired. So, India has rightfully reclaimed our place in the Committee of Nations. India should continue that balance, harmonize, take forward, have moderate point of view, respect diversities kind of point of view. And Modi ji has definitely scored higher marks in the mind of even people who oppose him. Even in the opposing spectrum, they may not express it openly due to their politics, but we all know. For example, take the case of Sheila Rashid. Sheila Rashid belongs to the Jawaharlal Nehru University. Sheila Rashid was a hard critic of Narendra Modi regime. She used to abuse him regularly. With due respect, she's a good friend, but still, right now, see the change of heart. Sheila Rashid directly changed into a person who became a Modi admirer because of the continuous action that he took. I hope such a PM carries India along in a very positive way beyond politics and build Indian unity, because that is more important than politics and any partisan issue.
Yes. All right. Let me, in fact, quickly also ask you, Rahul, now about communal harmony, about the communal harmony that we've seen also build up in the country. Examples like Ayodhya are there for all to see. It's very easy to express it in words, but when actions demonstrate that, then we need to do less talking and just show examples like what has happened in Ayodhya to the world and the naysayers, Rahul.
I had the great privilege and blessing to go to the Prana Pratishtha, and on that day itself, I had the great blessing. That occasion itself, I went to Dhanipur Mosque, where a new mosque is coming up right now under Indo-Islamic Cultural Foundation. The work is yet to begin, but there is a mazar kind of structure there. Mm-hmm. I had a great privilege to meet with people there. We need such unity, and being very open and frank, I would say, yes, there are a lot of space for improvement between Hindu-Muslim unity, and especially in some parts of North India, there are some issues. There is insecurity among some of our Muslim brothers, at least. They may not tell it openly, but there is. So it is up to the majority community and others to understand if there are anything. Maybe it is projected, maybe it is injected, maybe it is instigated, whatever it is, there are sections of Muslim community who are having rightful inhibitions. So you need to reach out to them, and that's a very important aspect too. And Modi ji has taken that very centrist kind of line or a center-right kind of line. That's a very positive thing. In Kerala's Christian community, Modi's outreach has really done wonders. Kerala, but there are issues. Let us be honest about that too. There are issues like Manipur. There are issues like some spaces where the ultra-right among us. I'm a right-wing activist, but there are ultra-right people like Narasimha Anand who needs to be sidelined So there are hardliners in every community. We need to be open about it. But Modi ji has always inspired a centrist line. And I still remember when Sadhvi Pragya said, something regarding Godse, Modi ji said, I will never forgive her in my lifetime. And Modi ji has rightfully taken action too. So every nation, any nation in the world will have ultra left and ultra right. A community hardliners will be there from all the communities. So we need to encourage the moderates. We need to encourage the centrist, or we need to encourage sane voices from every community. And Modi ji has rightfully done that. Sane voices were encouraged. And on a personal note, we had Shabarimala agitation. In Shabarimala, crores of Hindu devotees go to Swami Ayyappa. Before that, they go to a mosque and a church and pay their respect, called Vavar Mosque and Velutha Church in Kerala. So this has been our culture and legacy. And Modi ji was one of the first leaders of national stature who supported the Shabarimala agitation movement when it happened. So he was, at that point of time, many right-wing organizations were confused regarding what decision and position to take. But Modi ji, Pujaniya Sarsang Chalak Mohan Bhagavat ji supported. So we need such voices of moderation. And Mohan Bhagavat ji has been absolutely instrumental in telling, don't go to search for a shivering under every mosque. What is the need? You should follow constitution. You should have brotherhood. See, these are the statements that a person with seniority and stature should tell, rather than instigating people, rather than scaremongering on any side, may it be Hindu or Muslim, may it be Christian or Parsi. So scaremongering, fearmongering, instigating people, unnecessarily creating many things. And I won't even comment further, but Modi ji even chose the right. This is beyond politics too. He may not immediately win some aspects of South, so be it. But the long-lasting effects that a person called Sri Narendra Modi and his tenure will create on India will be positive. And I believe as Indians, we should be able to cherish that. We should be able to celebrate that in a very positive.
Yes, also Rahul, a clear rejection of the two-nation theory, from modern-day Indians, don't you believe? From those who try to propound it once again, and of course those who tried to propound it pre-independence.
And one more thing we should remember, there were two mightiest empires in human history. One was Genghis Khan and one was British Empire. We Hindus and Muslims, we Sikhs and Christians, we Parsis, Jains and Buddhists jointly defeated the greatest empire in human history. In the past 5,000 years of recorded history, the largest landscape and perhaps the mightiest empire was the British Empire. And we jointly defeated them. So it is up to us to jointly defeat the hate inside us. If we can defeat the British Empire, can we overcome some of the hate that some of the people propound inside us? So it should be a categorical rejection. We are a nation, we are a civilization, and I keep on telling we need to find points of unity. There are the points of clash anywhere, even inside families we have, in between brothers, between parents and children. We may have points of disagreement, but we should find points of agreement and build on that so that there can be something like this. And let me point out one thing that Modi ji did. When he went to Saudi Arabia, when he met the king, Modi ji gave the replica of Cheruman Perumal Mosque, a gold replica of Cheruman Perumal Mosque in Kerala, which all Malayalis revere, because we believe that's the third oldest mosque in the world after Holy Mecca and Holy Medina. So he took this particular replica, and this was the gift that Modi ji gave, I think it was King Salman at that point of time, or his father. He gave to there. And this is the thing. And Rajnath Singh ji, when he was the minister, when our Christian community members went to meet Rajnath Singh ji, he rightly said, we have the oldest Christian community in the world. We believe by AD 52, disciples of St. Thomas came to Kerala, and we had the first organized church, and we had one of the earliest Christian communities in the world. And it was highlighted by Rajnath Singh ji. See, these are the points that we should celebrate. And earlier, the Sufi Acharya was also mentioning about Kerala. See, we in Kerala, we celebrate and revel with the fact that there is harmony. There is a temple, mosque, and church standing together. It is a very common parlance. And just like I told earlier, Shabarimala, crores of Hindu devotees with all their religious dress go to a mosque, touch the feet of the Malavi, seek his blessing and Ashirwad, and then come to Shabarimala. And this was mandated by our deity or God, Swami Ayyappa, to do like this. That is the Indian culture, which was by Swami Ayyappa or Mahatma Gandhi or Vivekananda. Vivekananda's Belur Mutt celebrates some of the best Christmas celebrations, especially Christmas Eve celebrations in the world, where Hindu saints with saffron robe, take the arati around Jesus Christ and Mother Mary. See, this is the thing, and a lot of examples from Sikh community, from Parsi community. The Parsis were given refuge, or the Buddhist community.
Right.
So India is the
Okay.
because
Okay,
we have
Rahul.
this
Okay, we'll have to leave it at that. Let me bring in the other panelists as well. Thank you very much, Rahul, for joining us with your perspective on this big story. I want to quickly bring in Athar Zia as well now, Empower Media panelist. He's also joining us now. Athar Zia, clearly, of course, a big message being sent out by PM Modi today. Your first reaction to the address that we've heard in Parliament?
I didn't listen the PM statement, so
okay.
I won't be able.
I'm afraid then you're on the wrong discussion if you didn't hear the PM's statement today, because we are talking about that. Thank you very much for joining us, Athar Zia, with your perspective. Let me bring in Savio Rodriguez, BJP leader, onto the show. Savio is also joining us now live. Savio, a farewell address, of course, by Prime Minister on a day the Parliament has also discussed the Ram Mandir issue, with Home Minister, of course, speaking on that. We also heard from Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla recapping the 5 years that have gone by. Parliament has now, of course, been adjourned sine die. This session comes to an end. Let's just speak about the PM's address first today, and how the last day in Parliament has panned out, Savio.
You see, I think the most important thing that Prime Minister Narendra Modi is doing as far as Bharat is concerned and Bharatiyas are concerned is he's uniting everyone on the basis of us being connected to our roots, and our roots that being Bharat. So I, as an Indian Christian, I am extremely proud when the Ram Mandir was completed and the Pran Pratishtha took place. Now, why was that? Because millions of sisters and brothers of the Hindu community believe in it, revere it, and it energizes them. So today, I, as a Christian, would see something similar done by my Hindu sisters and brothers. Similarly with the Hindu Muslim community as well. And that is essentially the essence of what Bharat is. That is essentially the essence of what Prime Minister Narendra Modi is talking about, of one nation. Because at a grassroots level, whether you're a Hindu, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Sikh, whether you're a Parsi, whether you're a Jew, living in India, you are all sons and daughters of Bharat Mother. And a mother never ever distinguishes between her children. To her, her children are all the same. Politically, sometimes in media, sometimes in social influences, many people want to divide this country based on caste and creed. But we, the children of Bharat Mata, need to rise above that and see each other as sisters and brothers and children of Bharat Mata. So that is essentially the message of what Prime Minister Modi is all about. And I think today, when you look at India and you look at it, rising as Bharat, you realize that we are gone from the days where we were cocooned, we were made to feel a little submissive because we were under 1,000 years of foreign invasion. And today we're rising phenomenally on the global stage. This Atma Samman and the Atma Vishwas that has come back to us as Indians, as Bharatiyas, is what Prime Minister Modi has rekindled. And for India to succeed, for India to rise as Bharat, that Atma Vishwas and that Atma Samman was very important, because for years it has been made submissive. For years we were told that we would never be better than the Western countries. Today, we really don't care what the Western countries think about us. What we do care is how much the Western country needs us as far as our influence is concerned, as far as our technology is concerned, as far as our human resources is concerned, and more importantly, as far as our economics are concerned. And that has been the transformation that has happened over the last 10 years. And that is a very beautiful thing, Uday, because today, when you travel abroad, when you travel within the country, when you looked at the Ayodhya Day celebration of Pran Pratishtha, there were Hindus, there were Christians in certain areas, there were Muslims in certain areas who were genuinely sons and daughters of Bharat, who came out to celebrate the Ram Mandir and the Pran Pratishtha. And that shows that India is rising as Bharat, that Sanatan Dharma, which is the ethos and the cornerstone of every single Bharatiya, is actually taking center stage and guiding every single Bharatiya towards India rising as Bharat. And that is important. And that's the beauty. And it required a leader. It required a leader that rose above petty politics to take India towards Bharat. Because to move towards Bharat, you have to believe in yourself. You have to have every citizen in the country believe in themselves. To compete with the best of the best, you have to first have self-belief. And the greatest thing that Prime Minister Modi did is give self-belief back to every single Indian, Uday.
Absolutely. Let me also ask you though about, Savio, what the entire way, how the entire way the Ayodhya issue and of course the ceremony has been handled has taught us about religious harmony, communal harmony in the new India, in the new Bharat that we see today, Savio. From the way, of course, the Supreme Court verdict came, then how, all efforts, came in from all quarters to build the Ram Mandir. The consecration ceremony, of course, happening beautifully. Now all efforts, all hands on deck for the mosque as well that will be built in Dhanipur. And how all of this happened peacefully, sensitively, and without any disruption or attempt to disrupt either.
Uday, I keep coming back to the beauty of India. I grew up in the Middle East. So everything I learned about India was from whatever I saw during my holidays when I came to India or through the movies that were seen over there. And I can tell you one thing, the transformation that is happening. I as an Indian Christian, I have no qualms going into a temple and putting a tilak on my forehead or for that matter going to a mosque. That is the beauty of India. The beauty of India is cohesive living. Respecting each other's religions, respecting each other's caste, respecting each other's different levels of faith, and saying we are connected because humanity connects us. Insaniyat is something that is so core to Sanatan Dharma beliefs. And that is what is there inside every single Indian, every single Bharatiya. So when the Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha took place or the court case went ahead, there were lots of oppositions that came on, lots of people trying to divide the country. But in the end, the strength of India prevailed. The beauty of India prevailed. And India is rising as Bharat. Whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian or a Sikh, I keep repeating myself, because every one of us has got the spirit of Sanatan Dharma within them. They have the spirit of Bharat within them. Each and every one contributes. It's not that a Muslim is less or a Christian is less or a Hindu is more or a Sikh is more. It is about all of us being together, because in the eyes of the mother, no child is ever distinguished as different. And that is the beauty of Bharat Mata.
Yes, absolutely. And do you also believe that New India today is rejecting, the two-nation narrative that, of course, was propounded before independence, Savio, but also some people attempt to try and push today as well?
There are two levels of people in India. One is the Indian Muslim. The Indian Muslim is a dear son of Bharat Mata or a dear daughter of Bharat Mata. They love the country, they live for the country, they will die for this country. There are many of them in the army, there are many of them in various walks of life, and they are brothers and sisters of all of us who are Indians. So they're no different, like me being an Indian Christian. But there are certain people who are Muslims in India, who are also Hindus in India, and who are also Christians in India, who owe their allegiance not to this motherland, but owe their allegiance to foreign powers that want to destroy our motherland, who want to destroy Bharat Mata. They cannot see a united India. They cannot see India rise as Bharat, because Bharat is not about religion. Bharat is about spirituality. Bharat is about ethos. Bharat is about cultural connections between all of us. Bharat is about a Hindu coming and celebrating Christmas, a Christian going and celebrating Diwali. That is what Bharat is about. It is about a Christian going and celebrating Eid. That's what Bharat is about. But certain sections of society, very, very small, minuscule number of them, think that India is a divided home. But India is not a divided home because Bharat is not a divided home. And the Bharat is united. So people might want to float a two-nation theory like they did. They might want to create the fact that the minorities are in danger. I am a minority as per their definition, a Christian minority. That is lesser than the Muslim minority. Muslims are about 20 crore population in India. Christians are about 2 crore population. But I am not afraid of living in India. I am not afraid to see India rise as Bharat. This is my mother. This is my motherland. And like me, there are many Christians in India today who will die for this country because they believe this country is their mother. And that is what connects us. Our roots connect us. Our roots to Bharat, our roots to our mother is what connects every single Indian. And the enemies won't win.
Thank you very much, Savio Rodriguez, for joining us with your perspective on this big story.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.